Good day and welcome. That is to your Wednesday edition of the Sport Rep Show. I am your host, Jesse Jackson Kauraitha, updating you on the latest sports news. And now let us take a look what is on the hit list. At first, we look into that is rugby news. National rugby coach Allister Coetzee and his assistant Rohan Kitshoff has been conducting training sessions for members of the Windhoek Beer Welwitschias squad at Hage Geingob Stadium since last week. Namibia is preparing for its first home test match since August 2018, with Portugal presenting a fierce challenge as an emerging rugby nation in the upcoming clash on 13 July. 2 weeks before that, the Namibians will have a warm-up friendly against the Vodacom Blue Bulls on 29 June. Before last Wednesday's session, with some focus given to defensive drills and body height in the tackle, Coetzee told his troops that he would have talks with the clubs to release players who had been called up for the Welwitschias training group. Dion Hotto will officially launch the foundation that bears his name on 13 June at Windhoek Country Club. The versatile Namibian-born soccer player who is plying his trade for Orlando Pirates in the South African Premier League and the Brave Warriors intends to raise funds via the launch of the Dion Hotto Foundation for the development of a stadium in Mondesa, Swakopmund and 3 DH sports facilities, each accommodating 2 5-a-side football courts and a netball court in Swakopmund, Omaruru and Okahanja. According to the 10-year outline of the inversional projects, the construction of the first DH sports facility will commence in 2024 and could be completed, that is, in 2025. Dion Hotto hopes that this will be able to develop Namibia's already struggling infrastructure and give a chance to many upcoming talent in order for them to be where he is currently right now as one of South Africa's highest paid footballers who receives about 500,000 a month. Dion Hotto just recently also won that was the Nedbank Cup, a medal to his already top collection. He hopes that the stadiums will indeed bring about positive change, that is, to Namibia. About 60 learners from across the Erongo region participated in the trials to qualify for the Erongo Under-16 rugby team. Among those selected are 3 learners from the Dana Secondary School in Narraville, Jade Lagenhoven and Sergio Papmelin, who will be heading to Port Elizabeth, and Alonso Strummers, who will attend the Rhino Academy Week in Johannesburg. The Grand Como Rugby Week, named after the legendary South African rugby administrator and former player Grand Como, is organized by the South African Rugby Union. That is some positive news there. We will now go for a short break before we return with the Cricket Joe. Please do not go away.
From the day you were born and welcomed until your pensioner years on this earth, your life is filled with changes and phases. What mattered the most at age 10 may be an unknown memory at 25. The heartbreak at 16 may be replaced with wedding bells at 27. The degree you've always wanted or starting your career business may come true at age 30. And the dream to own your own home may come to realization at age 50. Whatever stage you find yourself in, whatever matters right now, Standard Bank has what you need to bank like you. Choose your own path. Choose endless possibilities. Standard Bank, it can be.
Our very own NMH employees, Richard Botha and Brian Munango, have been exploring the Caribbean as they continue to bring us insights from the ICC Cricket World Cup taking place in Barbados. Let us see what the two have for us today. They have been really having much fun and enjoying some of the sights.
So as we do know, the 2 points against Oman are secured and in the bag, and now we turn focus to Scotland. We did catch up with 3 Namibian players, namely Lungameni, Visa and Freiling, to just tell us more about how they feel about the weather in Barbados, because it is raining and games do have to stop and continue. They just tell us more about how they feel about the stop and go situation of the whole thing.
Yeah, so fortunately we had a warm-up game that's been affected. We've had actually 2 warm-up games that are affected by the weather also, where we actually, had to go on and off the whole time. So we had a little bit of click with that. But, also I feel like as a, professional sportsman, that's your duty, that's what you have to do. You have to be able to go switch on, switch off the whole time. You can't just stay focused 24/7. So you need to learn to, switch on as soon as you walk in the field and then switch off again when you're off the field. So, I'd like to think that us as professionals, as soon as we step onto the field again, you 100% ready to go. You're not going to take 2 overs or so to get back into the game again. You need to be, on the button from ball 1.
Yeah, I guess everybody takes it a bit differently, but you just have to be able to switch off and switch on mentally whenever you go on and off the field.
Well, as we all know, the focus on Thursday is against Scotland, and we just had to find out from Freiling and Visa how they feel about the game against Scotland and what we can expect from that game. Do we have any doubt? We are the dark horses in the game, and yeah, what can we expect from this one?
Hopefully a big one. We prepped really well again today in the net, so luckily we got finished just before the rain came. But yeah, we're really looking forward to the Scotland game. It's always a massive game for us against them.
Yeah, we had a good training session today. We spoke about what we did wrong in the last game and what we did right, and then what we can improve on also, and try to implement that in training today. We've got another training session tomorrow before we've got our next game against Scotland. So, we'll fine-tweak the last few things, but, we're going to have to be sharper. Scotland's it's a good team. They've got some quality players, so we're going to have to bring our A game. We're going to have to, be a little bit better, maybe assess the conditions a little bit better also. We don't quite know what it's going to be like with the weather and everything, but, we're going to have to assess the conditions a little bit better and just be a little bit sharper with everything we do.
Okay, guys, there you have it. We caught up with the players. We know what they're thinking. Everyone is excited for the game against Scotland. All you guys have to do now is cheer the boys on. The game takes off at 9 o'clock on Thursday. We're all excited for this one. So good luck to Namibia, and I hope you'll be watching from home. If you are not, like I said, Sport Rep is the place to be. Check us out on Facebook. We'll be giving you updates by the minute and by the second. So stay tuned for that as we wait for Scotland.
I must say, Brian Munango, I'm failing to recognize you there. You look like the Caribbean themselves, all the way from Namibia, and I'm sure big ups to the men behind the lens there. That is Richard Botha doing all the editing and bringing us some of the footage that is coming all the way from Barbados. Remember, these guys are hours ahead of us, and they are doing their best just to bring us this footage. They will do that for as long as Namibia continues to make us proud. Remember that they just beat Oman a few days ago, and they face another daunting task ahead. That is on Thursday, playing, that is Scotland. Let us once again visit the marketplace before we bring you the spotlight. And on to something different, a little bit of boxing. Our spotlight this week is on the MTC Sunshine Boxing Promotions. The MTC Sunshine Boxing Promotions is set to host another boxing event, slated that is for the 17th of August at the Windhoek Country Club. Matthias Hayter will battle Tato Bwakwane for the WBO Pan-Africa Featherweight title, while Jeremiah Nakathila and Peter Coetzee will also represent the stable on the day. Now remember that Hayter failed to make the weight once and was stripped of his, that is, WBO Africa title. He has moved up from super bantamweight and now will be competing in the featherweight. Hayter has pledged and promised that he is going to make Namibia proud, as well as the upcoming Peter Coetzee, who will battle, that is, in the heavyweight division, and the much traveled Jeremiah Loki Nakathila, who also believes he is going to give his best. The Minister of Sports, Emma Kantema Gamas, at the event was also very proud and spoke the importance of boxing, while Nesta Sunshine Tobias of the promotions also lauded, that is, the sponsors, and gave up an update on how difficult it is to host this event, stating that they have hosted, that is, big title events without any TV rights. While many boxing stables in the world, renowned boxing stables, are able to accumulate a lot of money due to TV rights, but the MTC Sunshine Boxing Academy has done this with only mere sponsorships, that is from the MTC and PST Bet that has recently joined the stable. Nesta hopes for more to produce more champions.
Celebrating our late president legacy, tribute to Dr. Hage Geingob Boxing Bonanza. Come the 17th August, we're going to have another boxing bonanza that we're going to continue together as one. Meaning we have still to protect each other, to pull in the same direction, and of course, you know, the together of one we start when this pandemic, COVID 2019, and continue. Meaning let's work together, let's protect, let's advise each other how to live life. And of course, in our mind, the COVID is no more sad, but just to, it's not only protect each other against COVID, but you can protect each other in life, different things. And of course, when you come to boxing, you know, when you train, you need a sparring partner, you need a coach, you need a training partner, you need a promoter, you need a manager. So yeah, so we have to work together, all of us. So come on the 17th August, we're gonna have another big fight. You know, we got boxers in the world rating. You know, and that is a big success for the nation. If you can see, you go over the world, there's no promoter ever produce a world champion or put a boxer in the world rating without a TV right. But at the MTC Sunshine Boxing and Fitness Academy, we do that medical to produce world champions without TV right, without a big sponsor. That we sacrifice because we've been working together, all of us. So for sure, we have to thank our sponsors. Main sponsor MTC, co-sponsor PST Bet. Without those sponsors, we will not achieve what we achieve. And of course, we also have to thank the Ministry of Youth and Sport, our government, to establish the Boxing Control Board. Because I remember when I was fighting, we didn't have professional boxing here, but after the independence, of course, the government initiative to put up a boxing control board, a boxing commission to sanction boxing fights, professional boxing. So we have to thank the government also for that. Yeah, for now, you guys, the youth, you guys can train and fight, achieve. You can go participate in the Olympic, Olympic game, and you can get a chance to fight for the world title. Those things was under the apartheid regime, those things was bad, or it was under sanction, we cannot do that. So yeah, so the opportunity is there for us. You know, sport is also a business. It's a form of great employment. You succeed, you can feed your family, and of course you can put Namibia on the world, and that's most important. So on the 17th August, we're gonna have another event where we're gonna give another youth a chance to fight for regional or the international title. We're gonna have Mateus Haitai right here. It's one of our prospects. He has been long in business, in boxing business, and of course he sacrificed a lot. So on the 17th August, he's going to fight for the WBA Pan-Africa featherweight title against Tato Kwan. You know, Tato was here before when he fought Energy. He's a very good boxer with a good profile, and it's just going to be good for Mahita to take him on, and we can test him. And of course, when you go for such a fight, it's a must-win. You know, it's a must-win fight. Then, of course, on the card, we also have Loki, Jeremiah Nakathila, who is one of our top boxers in Africa and well-known boxer in the world. You know, he fought in Las Vegas 3 times, and of course, he won also. He didn't just go and fight; he won. So it's why we give him another opportunity to fight, just to go back in the rating. So, but going back in the rating, you have to fight. And of course, it's a good investment for the country, because sooner he will be invited again to fight in the USA or somewhere else internationally. So, of course, I know because those other boxers, John who's rated number 5 in the world, but Energy Philippus Nitumba was also rated in number 10 in the world. So that's an achievement for us. But sooner we're going to announce another big fight coming up soon. So we got Peter Coetzee there, and he's a guy we want to groom and to give him a good platform. Peter, come here. So yeah.
Well, we will also hear that is from the guy that is fighting on the day, Matthias Hayter.
First of all, I would like to thank our main sponsor, MTC, co-sponsored by PST Bet, my personal sponsor, Elimo, for giving me another chance again to showcase my talent. This fight, I will call it a second chance, because I got a chance again to fight for the international title. So it's a second chance for me, because the last fight I overweight and I move up with weight. So I work very hard to get this chance again. So come on the 17th, I'll do my best and be a champion again. Thank you.
Let us also hear from that is Jeremiah Nakathila.
A very good morning to everyone. Our Honorable Sport Minister. First and foremost, I would like to thank our sponsors, MTC and PST. Those are our main machine when it comes to events. Without them, we can't do it. So I want to thank them for that, and the other sponsors that come on board to support us, individual, and also assist where they normally do assist. Yeah, from my side, it's always a good news to hear that I'm fighting. For me, my work is to train, and my promoter's work is to put up a fight. So it's always a good news for me to hear that when it's my next fight. So I take every opportunity serious, and I'm looking forward to the 17 August. Is not far. One might say it's 17 is far, but it's not. In boxing, you have to prepare, and 17 August is not a far date for us. So luckily we have been in the gym, and we just continue to make final touch with our coach. You know, when we talk about SBK, Capero, we talk about Nikki. Those are the guys that make sure we are fit for fights, and I just want to thank them also. So yeah, with those few words, we'll be ready come the 17th of August.
Well, let us also hear that is from Peter Coetzee.
It was a privilege last time to fight under Energy Squad. It's always a privilege to fight under a name such as Nestor's. We've been training quite hard back in camp again, doing much more than we did before. So I'm really looking forward for this fight, and we expect the best outcome to come from it.
Well, before we wrap up and give you that is Ari Ochad, who is on standby with the latest international news. Let us also hear from the Minister about the importance of boxing.
Thank you very much, Mr. Tobias and your team, ladies and gentlemen, and the media. A very good morning. Thank you for the invitation to come and witness what Mr. Sunshine Tobias is doing in collaboration with the corporate sponsors that have come on board, the MTC and the PSD Bet, and also to announce the upcoming big fight. I recall the last fight that was at Ramatex. It was well attended, and for us as a ministry, as government, these are the kind of developments that we want to see. Because when we talk of sport as an employment creator, these are the avenues that provide employment for our young people. And these are the kind of initiatives that as a ministry, we exist firstly to provide a conducive environment. I mean, without the Professional Boxing Board, you can't sanction the game. So you can't host a fight. So for us,
Good day everyone, time for international sports news, and starting off with cricket news first. The T20 World Cup is taking place for men in the West Indies and the United States of America. The latest game, it was England and Scotland that couldn't complete their game. It was abandoned because of rain, and that resulted in each team getting one league point. At the moment, Namibia actually leading that group, and it's a strong group with Australia and England, but Australia still need to play their first game, and Namibia obviously also still need to play against Australia and England, and it is Namibia that play their next game on Thursday. That will be against Scotland. Another result was in Group D, and that was a game that was completed. It was the Netherlands that beat Nepal by 6 wickets, and it was Nepal that scored 106 all out, and then the Netherlands scoring 109 for the loss of 4 for the win, and it was Max O'Down that scored 54 unbeaten runs for the Netherlands, and Tom Pringle, he took 3 wickets for 20 runs in that game. Moving on to tennis news, it is week 2 of the French Open, that is at Roland Garros. It's getting closer to semi-finals both for the men and women. A big news from the tournament is that Novak Djokovic is out of the tournament because of a knee injury. He's also the number 1 seed. He couldn't play his quarter-final game, so he's out of the tournament after injuring his knee in the 4th round. News from the games that did take place. It's a number 2 seed Yannick Sinner safely through to the semi-finals, beating Grigor Dimitrov by 6-2, 6-4 and 7-6. And also a good win for number 2 seed, that's number 3 seed Carlos Alcaraz of Spain. He beat Stefanos Tsitsipas. It was a highly anticipated game. Carlos Alcaraz winning 6-3, 7-6 and 6-4. On to the women's side of the draw, and it's Iga Swiatek, the number 1 seed, continuing her brilliant form. She's beating all the opponents very easily, and she's beaten Marketa Vondrousova by 6-love and 6-2. That is also to advance to the semi-finals. And in the semi-finals, she will play against American Coco Gauff, who got the better of Tunisia's Ons Jabeur. The score there was 4-6, 6-2 and 6-3. And to close off today's international sports news, it is Formula 1 racing news, and news from Red Bull is that Sergio Perez has been confirmed to race for Red Bull for another 2 years. He extended his contract up till the end of 2026. Also, it is Mercedes-Benz that is yet to confirm who will replace Lewis Hamilton, and that is Lewis Hamilton that will race for Ferrari in 2025 onwards. The next Grand Prix will be this coming Sunday, and it will be the Canadian Grand Prix at the Gilles Villeneuve racetrack. And the points at the moment in the Formula One is that Max Verstappen leading in his Red Bull by 169 points, followed by Charles Leclerc on 138 in his Ferrari. And in third position, it is McLaren that's doing well. It is Lando Norris in third in his McLaren. He's got 113 points and challenging the top racing drivers at the moment as well. That's international sports news for today. Hope you have a great sport day, and we talk international sport again tomorrow. Goodbye.